Chabra. The MP says we don't care what happened in 1974 or what happened in the 90s. We care about now and we want to hear from the Home Minister.
Padmaja, Vijay Vasanthi has already clarified, and I think he has accepted the fact that he made a very unruly behavior in the Parliament today. He accepted the fact that he tried to move to the chair of the House. Now, how do you expect the Speaker to behave? You only need to tell me. The second argument, what he's been giving, every time it is the Home Minister who has to come up and probably give a statement in the House. Now, we need to realize and understand the parliamentary democracy. Unfortunately, it is highly unfortunate that a member of parliament is actually behaving and saying all this. But he needs to know that the Speaker of the House is actually heading the parliament, and the entire parliament premises comes under his purview. The highest of the highest investigation has already been ordered by under the aegis of the CRPF DG, and the responsible watch and ward people of the House have already been suspended. The investigation is underway. Let the investigation happen. We also want the truth to come out. How do you think that the Home Minister will the response in the House is going to be of any purpose as of now?
Okay,
you need to be responsible. Just for the sake of creating the ruckus, because you are issueless, because you are agendaless, you just
Shikha Mukerjee, this is opposition for the sake of it. That's the charge of the BJP.
Well, I think there are plenty of issues here, but let me sort of take on one thing, which is why is the beefed up security not enough for the opposition? And why is this an issue? That is because this is a parliament, and in the parliament there are two parts. One is the treasury benches and the other is the opposition. And it is parliamentary protocol across all parliamentary democracies that the leader of the House has to make a statement when there has been such a breach of national security. After all, those were our MPs. They were our elected MPs. This is a national security issue. Why should the Home Minister not make a statement?
Why should the Home Minister not make a statement? Shivam Chabra, it all boils down to this. Why should the Home Minister not make a statement?
It is again an unruly demand. I think what the logical demand is, the investigation is under process, man. The Speaker of the House has already said it loud and clear. Let the investigation happen. I don't understand. I mean, there is no ego fight out here. But unfortunately, what I'm trying to say is, let us not just politicize this entire incident. What is unfortunate, Padmaja, if you see the past 2 days, 3 days proceedings of the House and probably the statement of the opposition parties, you may also realize the fact that it is the opposition MP who have been terming these, who actually breached the security, saying they are innocent. Let us just, leave them if they have got no history of crime.
No, Nikhil Jain vehemently disagrees. Nikhil Jain.
This is
nobody has ever said that these people...
May I just come in for a minute, Padmaja?
Okay, just a second. Can Nikhil Jain have a say? I'll come back to you, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Padmaja, first of all, nobody from the opposition has ever said that the accused should be let go free. Rahul Gandhi has merely talked about the cause of this attack. So behind any terror attack or any anarchist attack, there's always a cause, there are always people, and the cause this time around has been unemployment. So this is very interesting thing that is happening in the country, that today such attacks are happening on the Parliament of India, no less, not because somebody is a religious fundamentalist, not because they are of a separatist mentality, but people have been driven to this edge by unemployment situation in the country. Secondly, you were asking the Congress MP, Vasanthi, that in 90s, such an attack happened and no such ruckus was created by the opposition back then. There's a very key difference since then, Padmaja. That is 2001 Parliament attack. Now Parliament is obviously bound to be a much more secure place, and such attacks cannot happen so easily. And if they do, obviously the opposition is going to ask questions of the government, which they must.
No, Parliament security is as important today as it was in 1974. Yes, Parliament attack has made those concerns more acute, but that doesn't mean that in the 90s or in the 70s, the importance of the security of our parliamentarians was any lesser. Shikha Mukerjee wanted to make a point. Shikha Mukerjee and then, yes, Shikha Mukerjee.
Two quick points. Number one, I think that Nikhil has made a very clear, very correct point that security concerns in India when zoomed at a particular point in time. And I am witness to how that security issues, how security has over time become more and more stringent when access has become regulated by more and more security barriers. And having said that, any breach of security inside the house is a major breach of national security. Those are our MPs, number one. Number two is, why should the Home Minister not answer when there's an investigation in? Because it is a question of reassuring all the people in the House and across the nation that national security is not being breached, there is no laxity, there is an accountability, and that the Home Minister and the Prime Minister, both of whom are leading this government, are fully in control of the situation.
Okay, is that reassurance missing?
A parliament security breach of this nature indicates is that there is no control.
Okay, is it reassurance that is needed at this point, or is this an effort to use this issue to the maximum in order to ring-fence the government? That is something we'll take a closer look at 8 p.m. on India Upfront. For the timing, thank you very much, both gentlemen, Shikha Mukerjee, for joining me. Quick break.